Yeah, we working. We working. On a holiday where I blow a lot. Getting in. Let's get it. Honor the greats, do what we gotta do. Let's get it, baby. September 13th. Here we come.
Good fight. No. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength. Because it's hard to go up in high weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key.
Canelo and Crawford are about to face off in one of the biggest fights ever. Fans, fighters, and experts are all making bold predictions. Some say Canelo's power will win, others believe Crawford's skills will be too much. Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao knows exactly what it takes to conquer multiple weight classes, and with Terence Crawford now stepping into Canelo's territory, Pacquiao offered a sharp warning. Speaking from experience, he broke down the major challenge Crawford will face and revealed the one weapon Bud must sharpen if he hopes to survive the storm.
Canelo Crawford, good fight. Good fight.
No.
Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength. Because it's hard to go up in high weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. Like he should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
For Pacquiao, it all comes down to whether Crawford can stay quick under pressure. Without speed and movement, he believes the power gap will be too much, and if Bud slips up even slightly, Canelo will make him pay. Shawn Porter knows Crawford better than most, and he's not afraid to keep it real. Having faced Bud in the ring, the former champ recently shared his honest concerns heading into this massive showdown. In Porter's eyes, the real question isn't about skill or legacy. It's about whether Crawford can handle what Canelo brings over 12 brutal rounds.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down. So I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
Porter's breakdown captures the complexity of this clash. It's not just skill versus strength, it's timing versus toughness. And while Crawford passed the Spence test with flying colors, Canelo's raw power presents a different, far more punishing mountain to climb. Meanwhile, fans are split on Crawford's chances, and seasoned trainers are analyzing the risk from a deeper lens. World Championship coach Bullet recently shared his thoughts on the fight, and while he respects Crawford's greatness, he believes stepping into Canelo's division might be more politics than preparation. For Coach Bullet, it's not just about skills, it's about earning your shot.
I like the fight because I believe that it's a good fight. I just know that, coming at 168 with the Kingpin at 168, it's an uphill battle for Crawford. So if anybody could do it, though, it could be Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But even Crawford, jump line.
But Coach Bullet wasn't just talking about Crawford. His frustration runs deeper, toward the matchmaking system itself. In his view, real contenders are getting skipped over, and the ones chasing greatness aren't always the ones fans deserve to see next. His message was clear: skipping the line doesn't sit right with the boxing purists. Coach Bullet pointed to rising talents like David Morrell and Hamza Shiraz, who are putting in the work but getting overlooked. And when it comes to big fights, he believes Canelo's path should lead somewhere else entirely before Crawford even enters the picture.
And jumped in front of Benavidez. So for me, it's like real boxers, real trainers, real fight folks. We want to see Benavidez and Canelo. Even the Cuban guy, what's his name, that fought Benavidez last? David Morrell. He had to jump in line just to keep Benavidez busy. You know, he jumped out the gym with 12 fights, which is, he's a hell of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I think Shiraz against him or Shiraz against, you know, Benavidez before they go to Canelo. But Canelo next fight needs to be Benavidez, just like Shakur Stevenson needs to fight Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people jumping their lines while these guys are protecting their O's or protecting their win column. You know, fighters want to see fights. Fans want to see fights. We're all fight fans. World Championship coach, trainer. I'm still a fan of boxing. You know what I'm saying? I've been that. I've been a pugilist. I'm a fan. I'm all the above. So I want to see the fights that make me want to go sit ringside. That's what I want to see.
Coach Bullet isn't just venting. He's echoing a growing sentiment across the fight world. Legacy fights are one thing, but skipping past contenders like Benavidez, Tank, or Morrell, that he says is bad for boxing and worse for the fans. Adding on, rising boxing prospect Kermel Moton also weighed in on the upcoming super fight. At just 18, Moton has already earned respect in Floyd Mayweather's camp, and his insight, though youthful, is gaining traction fast. Speaking on the magnitude of this Canelo versus Crawford clash, Kermel shared his honest take on how unpredictable the outcome feels.
Well, it's a big jump for sure, but you know, I feel like Crawford definitely has a great chance. You know, I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. You know, I really don't know who will come out on top of that one. I just feel like the better man that night will win. So, you know, I feel like the fans are the winners in that one.
Despite picking no clear winner, Kermel's words echo what many fans feel. This bout isn't just about legacies, it's about styles, strategy, and surprise. When it comes to power and size, few understand the difference between weight classes like Shane Mosley, a former multi-division world champion himself. Mosley has faced the best in boxing history, and while he respects Crawford's heart and skills, he recently shared a brutally honest prediction about what happens when greatness meets mass, and why Bud might be in trouble.
I see Crawford and Canelo having a good fight for the first 4 rounds, but then I see Canelo, you know, slowly commanding the fight and winning.
Why?
Because too big.
What do you make of Crawford moving up from?
I think Crawford's doing an excellent job moving up. He's great, and he's very courageous. He's a great fighter, and he's doing all the right things. I just think Canelo's too big.
For Mosley, it's not about skill, it's about size. He sees Crawford as brave, even brilliant, but warns that Canelo's natural strength could overwhelm him as the rounds go on. And in boxing, courage doesn't always equal control. Meanwhile, the boxing world debates who walks away with the crown. One hungry contender is already plotting his next move. Super middleweight knockout artist Edgar Berlanga has made it clear he's watching this fight closely, and as he gears up for his big night, he's not only aiming for the winner, he's got a bold prediction too.
Yeah, move out the way. Yeah, move out the way. Yeah, move out the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh.
Berlanga sees Canelo's size and experience tipping the scales, but make no mistake, he's coming for whoever stands tall after the dust settles. Furthermore, for years, fans begged for a showdown between Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez, but now, Benavidez says he's done waiting. As he turns his focus elsewhere, the Mexican monster gives his take on Canelo versus Crawford. And while he praised both men, Benavidez didn't hesitate to pick a side, pointing out the one factor that could decide everything.
It's a good fight. More like a 60-40, only because of the weight difference, but you can't take Crawford's skill away. You know, you have to give him credit for skill. He's an amazing fighter, he's an amazing technician in the ring, and I think it's like 60-40.
Benavidez respects Crawford's brilliance, but when it comes down to size, strength, and experience, he's siding with Canelo. And with talks of facing Dimitri Bivol next, it's clear Benavidez is ready to carve his path, Canelo or not. Even Teofimo Lopez is torn on this one. The former unified champ, known for his explosive takes and unfiltered honesty, recently weighed in on the Crawford versus Canelo mega fight. And while he's long leaned toward Canelo, something about this moment and this version of Crawford has him second guessing, but Teo also points to one big red flag in Bud's camp.
I'm gonna say I've been saying Canelo, but I think Crawford might pull something. You know
Why?
I think that the odds are in his favor as far as that. You know, the reason why people are going to tune in is not just because of Canelo. It's going to be mainly because of the Crawford. How is he going to do going up, you know, 2 more weight classes? You know, especially after the Madrimov fight that he had in, last year? I think that's the problem, though. Crawford is fighting too many. He's not fighting a lot. He's fighting once every year.
For Teofimo, the mystery isn't just whether Crawford can handle the weight, it's whether Inactivity will catch up with him. In a fight this big, timing is everything, and Lopez warns that rust, not power, might be Bud's biggest threat. But Teofimo didn't stop at questions about weight or timing. He also dug deeper into Crawford's resume. Lopez believes that while Bud has looked unstoppable, there's a reason Canelo isn't fully convinced. In a recent interview, Teo broke down the names on Crawford's hit list and why some of those victories might not hold up under closer inspection.
I think what Canelo's really tapping into is mainly like, who is it that you faced that's been at #1? You know, other than Errol Spence. You know, I think Shawn Porter, we can't take anything away, but Shawn Porter was on the way on the decline. The same way for Amir Khan. You know, those guys weren't the same.
Teofimo's point is simple. Greatness depends on who you beat and when. While Crawford's skills are undeniable, Lopez believes Canelo's doubt may come from seeing Bud dominate names past their prime. And against Canelo, there are no declining legends, only real danger. When boxing royalty speaks, the fight world listens. Roy Jones Jr. recently broke down the looming Canelo versus Crawford showdown with his trademark honesty. For Jones, the key isn't just skill or size, it's how Crawford absorbs Canelo's power, and he sees 2 very different fighters stepping into the ring, one hungry for glory, the other chasing legacy.
What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity.
Roy paints a vivid picture. Crawford is driven, desperate to seize this moment, while Canelo, a consummate showman, is focused on delivering spectacle. But delivering isn't always winning, and the battle hinges on Crawford's ability to withstand that storm. Jones Jr. didn't stop there. He challenged the common narrative around weight classes. For many, the size difference is a glaring factor, but Roy sees it differently. According to him, Crawford's elite boxing IQ and skill level could neutralize the weight gap. Ultimately, the fight will come down to Crawford's ability to absorb the punishment while executing his strategy.
And with Canelo, I see a guy who not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tries to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights. Not gonna always win them, but he always tries to give them to us. So he'll be a guy that, if he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know.
Adding on, Calvin Ford, a respected figure in boxing circles, shared his excitement about the upcoming clash between Canelo and Crawford. For him, this fight isn't just another event, it's a moment that reignites passion in the sport. Ford believes both fighters stand to gain from this matchup, bringing fresh energy and giving fans a high-stakes showdown to debate for years.
Both fighters, you know, Crawford getting another serious young African-American fighting him. You know, it's been a while, you know what I'm saying? And this guy, he's alive. Canelo is the GOAT, and it's good for Terence Crawford to see that guy, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for Canelo to see him. You know, it gives something for the boxing world to talk about, and everybody looking forward to it.
Ford's view highlights the mutual respect and challenge this fight presents. For both Canelo and Crawford, it's more than a bout. It's a defining moment that fans and fighters alike are eagerly anticipating, one that promises fireworks inside the ring. Calvin Ford also emphasized that Terence Crawford isn't a fighter who needs to reinvent himself. His proven strategy has worked at the highest level, including his flawless performance against Errol Spence. Ford believes that fight showed Crawford's ability to control big moments, setting the stage for what could be a thrilling, unpredictable battle with Canelo.
Why would I change up what he's been doing? He's been winning. He's been getting the job done. You know, when he shut down Earl, that's
that was perfect. Perfect.
It ain't like he ain't been in no big fights. That was a fight everybody thought they was gonna get a roller coaster, and it went turns.
That was like Hagler Hearns. You thought you didn't know what was gonna happen.
We didn't get that.
And he dominated.
We didn't get that fight that we thought we was gonna get.
Yeah.
And then seeing Canelo and him do it, everybody said, man, we might get the fight that we gonna get.
Ford's comparison to legendary bouts raises expectations for this showdown. If Crawford brings the same level of precision and control, and Canelo matches the intensity, fans could witness a fight as memorable and electrifying as some of boxing's greatest rivalries. While many experts are giving Terence Crawford a real shot at shocking the world, not everyone is buying into the hype. Veteran trainer Joel Diaz made it crystal clear that he sees Crawford's chances as slim to none. For Diaz, this isn't just about skill, it's about physics.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch.
Diaz isn't questioning Crawford's ability, he's questioning whether skill alone can survive 12 rounds against a naturally stronger, harder hitting Canelo. For him, the moment Canelo lands clean, the fight changes instantly. It's not a boxing match anymore, it's survival. Even UFC stars are weighing in on the Canelo versus Crawford debate. Paddy Pimblett, known for his outspoken takes, made it clear who he's backing, even if the odds aren't in that direction.
Well, I really like Terence Crawford, so I'd back him. You know what I mean? I like Canelo, but I'm not his biggest fan. I'd rather see Crawford win and shake up the boxing world a bit.
Do you think it'd be a decision, or you think you can put him out there?
I don't know. Canelo's a lot bigger than him, so more than likely be a decision.
Pimblett's support reflects a growing sentiment among fans who want to see an underdog rewrite history. Still, even he admits that size matters, and that if Crawford pulls it off, it'll likely come down to 12 rounds of brilliance rather than a knockout. While some experts focus on size and power, others are standing firmly behind Crawford's skill, mindset, and momentum. Brian Norman Sr., a respected figure in the boxing community, made no attempt to sit on the fence. He's Team Crawford through and through.
I'm always go my dog Crawford, man. I'm with Crawford, man. I'm Crawford. I'm Team Crawford all the way, and I'm not just saying that, you know, for no other reason. I just think he's a great fighter. This is his era right now, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, he's a very great role model.
Yeah, man, everything about Crawford is solid so far, so I'm going with Crawford.
For Norman Sr., it's not just about physical matchups, it's about timing, form, and character. He sees Crawford as not only the best fighter of this era, but also a complete package, technically, mentally, and even as a role model. In his eyes, this is Crawford's moment to take over. As the boxing world buzzes with predictions, one thing is certain: Canelo versus. Crawford is more than just a clash of champions. It's a collision of eras, styles, and legacies. But beyond all the analysis, this fight is a mirror, reflecting the passion of fans, the politics of matchmaking, and the hunger of every contender chasing history. Win or lose, both Canelo and Crawford are risking it all. And with the stage set, the only thing left is to wait for the bell. Who you got winning this one, Canelo or Crawford? And why? Drop your predictions in the comments. Let the debate begin.